Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sunday Mindset Message here with Wesley Virgin here. Happy Sunday, folks. So I'm not going to be before you too long here, but this morning or this afternoon, I want to talk about changing your life. Okay? I want to talk about changing your life. You know, many of us, we talk about changing our lives. Like, I just want to change my life. I want to change my life. But I don't think we have a deeper understanding of what that means and how to achieve that mechanistically. And I'm going to attempt to do that here in this very short message here today. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited right now. It's a brand new day. And I'm grateful for everything that's taking place in my life. I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful that you've chosen to log on this afternoon to allow me to share some wisdom with you here. So before I get started, let me give everybody a shout out here just to let you know that I do see you here. And if you don't know who I am, well, you're living under a rock. I'm Wesley Virgin. I'm a young black kid from Houston, Texas, who started off pretty rough. Life was pretty difficult. Grew up on the south side of Houston, Texas. And as I aged and as I evolved as a man, I became a multimillionaire. But not just that, not just I became rich. I became a very happier, enthusiastic individual. I've learned some things about myself, about the world, about the mind that has really allowed me to taste the fruits of life. And that's not just money. It's allowed me to be excited, grateful, and enjoy every moment of my life. And I want to share that with you because I know everybody here wants to change their life. They want to be better, and I get it. So go ahead and comment your names below. Put your names right there in the comments so I can see you. So I'll let you know that I do see you. Hey, Tez. Hey, Kat. Hey, Queen. How are you? We have the humble blesser. Comment your names below, ladies and gentlemen. Here, let me see you here. Hey, I love you too. One-on-one with Brandon. Hey, what's going on? We have SE Beach Lover. How are you? How are you? And listen, before we get started, can I have everybody do one thing for me? And this is going to help you create your week. Okay? Because the week has to be or should be created before you begin it. I want everybody to comment two things that you're grateful for. Just two. It can be about something that you want to achieve, or it can be about something that's taking place in your life right now. I want everybody to begin this Sunday mindset message with me, just grateful for two things. Okay? Because I truly believe the attitude of gratitude is a force that cannot be beat. It cannot be demolished. It cannot be diminished by anything. So comment two things that you're grateful for. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Someone said health and family. Someone said I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for my kids and my laptop. I love it. I love it. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Hey, Sarah, what's going on, Sarah? Yeah, what are two things that you're grateful for? Okay. India, Raja, how are you, my guy? Two things. Hey, David, how are you? Two things that you're grateful for. Hey, Bridget, how are you? TK and Rob and Trey and Tiana, Tabatha, Sadrina. Okay, Mickey. Two things that you're grateful for. Two things. What are you grateful for? What are you excited for? What are you grateful for in this moment here? And listen, how you feel about that gratitude, that feeling will start to bleed through your day. You'll find yourself feeling more empowered. You'll find yourself, less in this mode of complaining or experiencing pain and trauma about your past. Because right now you've chosen and you've selected to think about gratitude. So let me go ahead and get started here. Let's get started here. Hey, Teresa, how are you? I want everybody to write this down below that want to change their life. You cannot change your life until you change the story about your life. That's the topic here this Sunday morning. Please write that down. Okay? You cannot change your life until you change the story about your life. Now, what do I mean? Because, I hear so many people, I want to change my life, Wes. I want to change my life. I mean, if you could see my DMs, you wouldn't believe, you'll be shocked. If you see some of the messages I get on a daily basis, some are very funny, some are very heartfelt, and some are absolutely ridiculous. But I'm grateful that I do get DMs from people around the world because I have so many viewers, millions and millions of people that watch my content on so many different platforms here. But listen, you cannot change your life until you change the story about your life. I think when we think about changing our lives, we don't really know what that means. I think what we think it means is, well, I just want a different life and I want to experience a different thing, because most people that want to change their life is because their life is full of suffering. The life is full of anxiety, depression, pain, heartbreaks, right? That's just the average person. Or maybe, life is not happening the way that they want life to happen, or they're not getting from life what they think that they deserve. Does that make sense? So we typically say, well, I want to change my life. Or maybe you're a drug addict. Maybe you drink too much. Maybe you complain too much. Maybe you're an overly angry person. Maybe you've been in prison, right? And now you're released. Maybe you've been through a terrible divorce and now you're single again. So, when you think about, maybe you've been at a job for a very long time and you want something different, so you want to change, right? So listen, but what I want you to understand is that your life is what it is based from the story that you keep telling yourself. Okay? Your life, whatever your life is, right here in this current moment, when you think about it now, is birthed from the story that you keep telling yourself. I realized something when I was in my 20s. At the age of 21, I made a decision that I wanted to be rich. Okay? Now, obviously, it took me about 10 years to actually fulfill that, a little bit more. And I thought it was because I didn't have a mentor. Like in my 20s, I really did work hard to make money. I thought that, well, maybe because I came from the ghetto. That's why I can't figure this out. Maybe because people just won't help me. No one would help me. I'm reaching out to people, asking people to help me out. Nobody's responding to me. And this is true. I'm reading all these books, but I don't understand. I'm reading the books, but I'm not getting the results. I'm saying affirmations. I got vision boards. Nothing is happening. Why is my life the same? Because obviously I wanted to change my life as well, because I no longer want to work a job and I no longer wanted to be a slave to the rat race. So I wanted to live my life and express myself how I wanted to express myself. Okay. And it took me a very long time to understand this concept. And that's why I'm giving it to you, to hopefully that you actually use this concept and start to apply this concept to your life now. In my later 20s, I realized that I kept telling myself this story. Now, listen, I want you to understand something about you. We all tell ourselves something. We're all telling ourselves a story about why our life is what it is. I give you an example. I kept telling myself the story of, man, I'm doing everything that's not working. Man, I went to the seminar, everything was working, but now it's not working. I had a partnership, everything was going well, and then it went to shit. I just invested my money into this deal, and now I lost all my money. What am I doing wrong? Why is it not working for me? Man, I just need somebody to help me. That's a story, by the way. Can anybody relate? Right? Because if you're failing right now in business, in your relationships, or your life, you're failing. You have to justify why you're failing. If I say, hey, why are you failing right now? Like you, I'm talking to you, big head. If I say, why are you failing? Like, why is it not working? Like, why are you not making millions of dollars? You're going to tell me a story. Well, Wes, I'm working hard, but I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. That's a story. How many of you have ever said that? I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, I've been doing this and I know I got the belief right, but I know I got the mindset right, but I've been working. I don't know what I'm missing. Ring a bell? That's a story, by the way. Or some of you might be like, well, I got a lot of kids, Wes. I have a lot of responsibilities. I have a job too, and I just don't have a lot of time, man. It just, sometimes it's just not motivated. Sometimes I procrastinate quite frequently. And I don't know, man. I'm just trying to get myself motivated. Listen, that's a story. That's a story, right? That is your story that you're telling yourself on why you're not successful, why you're not financially independent, and why things are not working for you. Does that make sense? Listen, at the age of like 28, 29, I realized that I had to change the story. Now, you may say, well, Wesley, how do you change the story? Well, you create the story that you want to tell. Okay? Please take notes, okay? Don't be stupid. Take notes. You create the story that you want to tell. See, it doesn't matter, a lot of you are not, I get it. A lot of you just not, you haven't had a breakthrough yet financially. I get it. But you can't keep saying that, man, I just haven't had that breakthrough yet. I know people that, because I used to say it too. Well, I know it's coming, man. It's coming. I know it's coming. It's coming. One day I know it's coming. I know I'm on the right. I know the breakthrough is coming. And what you got to realize, even though that sounds very logical to you, that's the story. The story is it's coming. And if you continue to say it's coming, it never comes. Does that make sense to you? What I'm stating is this, that you have to begin to tell the story that you want to be reflective in your life. Give an example. So what I started to say, I said, you know what? Everything is working out perfectly. Now, was everything working out perfectly? No. Of course, I had debt, bad credit, right? No furniture in my apartment, on the air mattress. Okay, couldn't pay child support properly. Couldn't take care of my children properly. Okay. But I said, everything is working out perfectly in my life. Okay. Now you may say, well, that's a lie. Everything is not working out perfectly, Wesley. You don't understand my situation. You understand where I'm at? Now stop here. See, if you say that, you're now creating or stating another story. See, your story is, well, you don't understand me, Wesley. You don't understand how hard it is. That's a story. Do you get it? Listen up, ladies and gentlemen, here. That is a story. It is hard. I'm struggling. You don't understand me. People around me are negative. I'm stuck in this relationship. That's a story, man. What I want you to understand, just because that story may be true to you, it doesn't have to be. This is the distinction between the people that win and the people that lose. Because the people on the planet that lose, they keep reiterating and reinforcing the same story. Why? Because it's real to them. They can prove they're in debt. They can prove that people are negative to them. They can prove they have no support. They can prove they're living on a certain side of town. They can prove all this stuff, right? They can prove that it's not working out. They can prove that their bank accounts are negative. They can prove all of it, right? So in their mind, they feel that the story that they're telling is the story for their life. But listen here. Hey, open your ears. Okay, come here. Put that phone close to your ear because you need to hear this. Put those AirPods, push them a little deeper in your ear for a second here. That's not true. Okay, because that's not how the brain works. Your mind doesn't know how broke you are, by the way. It doesn't know how painful your life is. It doesn't know that you're struggling financially. It doesn't know that you don't have any opportunities. It doesn't know that you don't know what you want. It doesn't know that you're depressed. It doesn't know that you're feeling so much pain. The only reason why your mind knows it is because you keep telling your mind this. You have to understand, the brain is it's not partial to anything. It doesn't really care. Whatever you tell the brain, whatever you tell your mind, whatever you speak out of your mouth, that's what the brain takes in. See, the brain is like a computer. The computer doesn't care about good or bad. The computer doesn't care about viruses or good programs or bad programs. It doesn't really care. Whatever you give the computer, whatever you program it to be, it will become. Does that make sense? You can set up a computer to disseminate viruses all over the world and do evil. Doesn't care. You can set up the computer to create a program that can change the world for the better. Computer doesn't care. The computer, which is your mind, is only going to do what you tell it. Does that make sense? Okay? When you begin to tell the new story, that's like installing new software to the computer. The computer is your mind, it's the hard drive. Okay? The software is the words that you speak and the stories that you tell. So, in my later 20s, I just started to begin to tell a different story. I started to say I'm a millionaire. I did. You can ask my parents and say, oh, I'm already rich. And they were like my dad, he was like, hey, come on, you're not rich yet. Come on, well, show me proof. Unless you're going to have people like that that's going to say, show me proof. Show me that you're a millionaire. You're not a millionaire. Can't even pay your bills. What are you talking about? You're still in debt, right? But I continued to say it. I continued to create the new story for my life. I said, you know what? I'm feeling good today, even though I wasn't feeling good today. I said, I'm feeling excited today, even though I didn't feel that way, but I kept saying it. I said, today is going to be a great day that in my business, I'm going to discover the solution to the problem that's going to allow me to make $1,000 today. Now, I would say this in my 20s over and over again. I said, today, it's Tuesday. Tuesday, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and I'm going to make about $5,000 from my internet marketing business. Like, I would say that. I said, you know what? It's Wednesday. Okay, I'm going to wake up excited for no reason. I'm just going to wake up excited, right? I'm going to get up, have my protein shake. I'm going to go to the gym, get the best workout of my life. My body is getting more leaner. It's growing. I'm getting taller and bigger and shredded and more sexier tomorrow morning. I can't wait. Okay? Now, this might sound crazy to you, right? But what I was doing was I was creating a new story. Now, listen, in the beginning, because I want you to understand, this is the caveat. Like, many of you have told the story called your life for a very long time. Some of you have berated yourself. You have diminished yourself. You have told yourself how you're not good enough, how you're stupid, how you're silly, how you don't have any education. You're just not smart enough. I get it. Some of you think you're ugly. You're too this and you're too that. Okay? And you've done that for a decade. Some of you done it for 5 years, 20 years, and 30 years of your life. What I want you to understand, once you begin to create the new story, it may take some time. I just want you to understand that. I want to be honest with you. Today, you can talk about the new story. You can say, you know what, tomorrow morning, next week going to be the best week of my life financially. Next week, I'm going to bring in thousands and thousands of dollars. Next week, I'm going to discover my purpose. I just knew it. I'm going to discover what it is, and I'm going to actively start to pursue it. You can do that right now. But just because you do it right now doesn't mean that tomorrow that's going to be what it is. But what's important for you is to stay in the story. Does that make sense? Because right now you have a book that you have written, okay? We all have a book called the Book of Life. It's our life. And what you're attempting to do is create a new book. Because, see, the book that you currently have is a horror film. Some of you have created a horror film for your life. Some of you have created a very emotional, devastating story Like if I were to read your book, I don't want to read your book because I'll be sad or upset or angry. But now you're getting ready to write a new book. But I want you to understand something. Listen here close, please. That you will have the tendency to want to go back to the old book. You will have the tendency to want to go back to the old book, which is the old you, because you're going to write the new book. As a matter of fact, we're going to do it today on this live here. I want everybody to spend about 60 seconds, and I want you to put in the comments below, and I want you to start to tell the story of your new life, because I want to help you. Like I'm here, I'm your millionaire mentor, and even though I don't know you personally here, but I want to look at the comments and I want to look at what you're writing to help you through this process. Does that make sense? Can I get an amen? Okay? But I want you to understand that through this process of creating the new story, you're going to want to go back to the old story. The question is why? Because it's familiar. Even though you're broke, even though you're average, even though you have a job you can't stand, but it's average. It's familiar. Right? You know what to expect tomorrow morning. You know you're going to work. You know what to expect in 2 weeks. You're going to get a paycheck. Right? But what I want you to understand is you must resist the old book. And you must logically and become aware and understand that the old book is not serving you. Like your life right now obviously is not serving you because you don't have what you want. Tomorrow morning, can you just board a plane and go to Paris for no reason without asking anybody for a day off? Hey, boss, can you give me a day off? Can you give me 2 weeks off? Can you do that? Tomorrow morning, can you book a plane to go to Bora Bora and fly first class to an exotic island? Can you just do that? Can you spend 10 racks, $10,000 to do that? Tomorrow morning, can you just wake up and go to the mall at 12 o'clock, go to Saks, go to Neiman's Marcus and spend about $10,000 on something that you like, something that you want? Can you do it in a very comfortable fashion? Huh? Can you? Exactly. So what I want everybody to do right now, listen up. This is going to be interactive here, okay? Because I'm a different type of mentor. I'm not a mentor that I just want to talk to you. I want to interact with you. And now I get it. I can't see you. I can't touch you. But I can smell you. And you smell good this morning, okay? And I want you to feel and think as if I'm right there with you. Wherever you are on the planet, Wesley Virgin is there. And I want you to imagine I'm looking at you right now. Look at me. Look at my brown eyes. And look at my gorgeous smile. I'm looking at you. And all I want you to do in this moment, I want you to comment below. And I want you to tell me the new story for your life. Come on, just give me a story. And I want you to chunk it down a bit. Instead of the story for your life, next week, it's Sunday right now. So next week, I want you to give me a new story. Like you already know what's going to happen next week, right? Some of you are like, oh, I already know what next week going to happen because I gotta go to work. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. Some of you already know exactly what you got to do because you've done it last week and the week before that. But we're going to break the pattern. And I want you to comment below the new story. Just write it below. About 10 sentences. And I want you to share the new story for next week. 7 days. Tell me what's going to take place. What do you want to take place next week? Go ahead and write below. I'm going to look at the comments below here. Okay? What's the new story? Hey, Nana, how are you? What's the new story? All right, here we go, Nicole. Nicole Prince. How are you, sweetheart? I wake up every morning hearing the ocean waves, sunshine, and I sigh with a deep breath. I smile as I grab my Thrive capsules. I know it's going to be a great day. That's great. I like that, but I want you to get deeper, okay? Listen, when I say get deeper, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go outside the box. Do you understand that you are a powerful individual? Do you understand how powerful your mind is that whatever you think you can create in the physical world? Don't be afraid, folks. Some of you, when you write your story, you're just thinking about everything that you know that you can do. But I want you to write the story as if you have no limits. Why? Because we live in an unlimited world mentally. It's unlimited. There are only limits in the physical world. There are no limits in the spiritual world. So I want you to write that again. What's the story for next week? I give example. Let me just do me. Let me lead by example, because you might be like, I don't know, Wes. I don't know what I want. I don't know the story. Let me help you out, okay? Because I love you. Well, see, my story for next week. Next week, I'm gonna wake up, check the bank account. I'm gonna have over $100,000 to $200,000 per day coming into all my companies. New company already launched. As soon as we launch, the Facebook ads and the YouTube ads are going to be profiting. I mean, 300% return on investment, which means if we spend $1,000, we make $3,000. A flood of customers, no less than 1,000 customers per day, are coming into the company right now. And those thousands of customers are going to Ariella. And Ariella, she's bringing in about $30,000 a day herself, because we're offering our services of Done For You to them on a daily basis. Our customers are happy. They're getting results. They're sharing good testimonies all over the internet. They're loving it. My children are succeeding. My children are happy. They know exactly what they want and they're focused. And they're making me proud as a father. You get it? That's what's going to happen next week for me. You get it? That's the story, right? Next week, I'm going to go to the gym every single day. I'm going to have the best workouts of my life. I'm going to feel good, look good. And I'm going to go through the workout routines very easily. I'm going to see noticeable growth in my body. I'm going to be more flexible, lean, defined. Skin is going to be even glowing, even more. Hair is going to be full and shining, gorgeous. Teeth, perfect. Eyes, brown and just irresistible. See what I did there? Okay. Now, what's your story for next week? Like, what do you want to take place next week? Just what do you want? You see why this is so important? And listen, it may sound easy, but it's not, because we never think this way, right? Like, what do I really want? Like, because you've been doing what you've been doing for so long. Some of you are going to work tomorrow, right? But what would you rather do? Say, what? I'm not going to work. I'm staying in the bed. I'm going to sleep till about 12 o'clock. I'm going to get up, okay? I'm going to look out my window because I stand up. Look, you can just create whatever you want. So what would you like to experience next week? You can say, oh, I want a raise. I want to go into my boss's office and I want him to double my salary. I want to make twice as more what I'm currently making. Like, whatever you want. It's just what you want. Does that make sense? Yes, Nicole, you're correct. It's not easy. See, even though it sounds to be simple, when people are very adamant when you tell them. I tell people when I meet them, when I'm mentoring, or if I meet somebody just outside, they talk to me. And it always comes down to, I say, hey, you don't know what you want. And they get mad at me. They get upset at me. They're like, what? I know what I want. I know what I want, Wes. No, you don't. Because if you knew what you wanted, you'll have it. Listen, I met this person. They were at Chick-fil-A. And they was ordering their food. They got Chick-fil-A or whatever, And they had a Chick-fil-A bag. And they noticed me from the internet, whatever. And I was talking to them. And I said, based off what they were saying, I said, you don't know what you want? I said, yes, I do. I said, let me ask you a question. When you went to Chick-fil-A and you put in your order, did you get it? I said, yeah, I did. What did you get? Well, I got a chicken spicy sandwich with some cheese on it and some french fries. I said, okay. Now, why did you get that? Because I asked for it. Okay, great. So why didn't you get chicken nuggets? Because I didn't want chicken nuggets. Why didn't you get chicken strips? Because I didn't want chicken strips. Exactly. So what did you get? You got what you wanted. You know what? You got what you wanted? Because you was clear about it, okay? You said, I want a chicken sandwich, spicy chicken sandwich, with cheese on it, with waffle fries. You was clear. So the person on the other side, right, the worker gave you exactly what you want. Why? Because you communicated to them in a way that they understood what you said. Many of you, how you're communicating to the world, to the universe, or even to your mind, it's unclear. You can't say, I want a happy life. I want a beautiful life. I want a better life. I want to change my life. I want $1 million. That is vague. What does a better life mean? What does a happy life mean? Do you not understand that everybody has their own definition of what a happy life is? Like, what needs to take place in your life to be happy? Well, I want to be rich. Well, what needs to take place in your life for you to be rich? Well, I want to be wealthy. Well, what needs to take place in your life to feel that you're wealthy? Got to be honest with yourself. I told that person at Chick-fil-A, I said, you're vague. You don't know what you want. You have no clue. And most of you that's listening to me right now, you have no clue on what you want. Listen, do you know how long it took me to get very clear about what I wanted? 6 months to a year. I'm still doing it every day. Like, listen, I'm going to share something with you. In my phone right now, I have something that's called Notes, okay? On my phone, Notes. Everybody has this app, right? And I write down what I want. And it's been in my phone for like 10 years. And every day I look at it and I'm always adding to it. I'm always augmenting to the notes. Like, I have this long paragraph. It's like 5 pages long. Exactly what I want, how I want to experience it. And every day I muse over it. And every day I write to it. I add things. I take things away. Why? Because I'm getting clarity. Are you doing that? That's why you don't know what you want. See, a man or woman that doesn't know what they don't, a man or woman who doesn't know what they want, they have the tendency to do something else. They quit. They change. They try, well, let me try this. Well, let me do this. Let me get in this opportunity. Well, let me do internet marketing. Let me do network marketing. Let me do Forex. Well, let me do this. Well, maybe it's not working. Well, let me do this. That's why you keep shifting and wavering, because you're not clear about what you want as an individual here. Okay? Can I get an amen, please? Listen. Listen to me. What I want you to do while you're looking at that dark screen, listening to my voice, I want you to try it again. I want you to comment below, and I want you to tell me with conviction and comment below, what is the new story for your week? I'm not going to even say your life yet, because that's too much for you guys to comprehend right now. Right now, we're going to chunk it down a bit. Just for the next 7 days, how do you want to experience your life? What do you want to do? Who do you want to meet? What do you want to taste? What do you want to smell? Where you want to go? Right? How do you want to interact with life? How much money you want to make? What do you want to buy? Just for the next 7 days. If you have total dominion over your life, which you do, I want you to give me a new story. What do you want to take place in the next 7 days? Comment below. I'm going to read the comments here. Okay? Okay? I'm reading the comments here. Okay? Now I want you to think about it for a second. I know some of you are like, what do I want? What is the new story for my life? Because remember something. You have already created a very horrific story. Most of you have created a devastating story, a story full of pain and hurt and broken promises and, lack of money. What is the new story? Because like I said in the beginning, until you create the new story, you cannot change your life. You can change your demographical location. You can change the person that you're dating. You can change your clothes. But until you change your mind, which is the story that you're telling yourself, you will never change. You will live this year or next year the same as this year. You'll be exactly where you are. Same home, same house, same car, same people, same inner circle, same money, same everything. Okay? And that's not what you want. I want you to comment below and tell me what the new story is for the week. Come on now. You can do it. Next 7 days, YouTube channel will reach new heights. But what does new heights means? See, that's vague. See, I'm glad I'm doing this. See, the next 7 days, new height. What's a new height? How about the next 7 days, my YouTube channel is going to hit 10,000 subscribers. I'm getting over 100,000 views. Right? New heights. What does that even mean? It's vague. Come on, I want everybody to do this here. If you're listening right now, listen, if you're not doing this, that means you're not teachable. You might want to just leave the live because your life is not going to change because you're not teachable. I'm here sharing with you exactly what I did to become the man I am here today. I'm rich. I'm wealthy, man. I can do what the hell I want to do. Okay? That's why I want you to be. But to do that, you have to take action. Okay? You got to listen. And you got to stop thinking that you know it all because you don't. You know who know it all? Poor people, average folks. They know everything. Oh, I know it already. Oh, I read that book already. Oh, I've been there. Oh, I know this. I know this. I know this already. Okay, so if you know everything, why don't you have a ton of money in your bank account? If you know everything already, why are you still going to a job that you can't stand? Why are you still living this life of destitution and poverty and averageness? If you know everything. Obviously, you don't. So comment below, please. I'm going to make 10,000 in the next 10 days. I love it. I love it. I would say it like this, Jolie. I am making $10,000 in the next 10 days. I am making. Okay? I am. I woke up today feeling grateful. Work is great. And I'm currently debt free. Okay, can we go a little bit deeper? When you say work is great, what does that mean? Why is it great? Remember something. Clarity is power. Comment those words below. Young lady, young man, listen to me. Comment the words clarity is power. I have to continue to embed this in your mind. Clarity is power. You got to be clear. Women, if a man says, I love you, you know what you're going to say? Why? If a man tells you too early, you know what, baby, I love you. Why do you love me? Especially if it's too early. Because you want to know why. I love you is not enough. For some of you women, you want to know why you love. Give me reasons, because I don't believe you. So when you vague and say, well, I just want my business to go to new heights. That's vague. Right? Clarity is power. You got to be clear. Because the mind has to be convinced that what you're saying is actually what you want. I'm making $20K in the next 2 weeks. Love it. And let me ask you a question. So you're making $20K in the next 2 weeks, but what are you going to be doing in the next 2 weeks to make the $20K? I'm organizing an European tour for my band. Oh, I like that. Now, there we go. Aaron says, I'm showing up to the market on time, feeling calm, focused, and grateful. Trades play out easily and effortlessly. I am meditating multiple times per day. Everything is clear. My body is in top shape. Okay, great. But Aaron, I want you to give me a number. Like you're hitting the market on time. You're feeling calm and focused, and the trades play out. But what are they playing out to? Are your trades bringing you $2,000, $3,000 per day easily and effortlessly? Is the market responding to you exactly how you wanted to respond? That's bringing in $4,000 to $5,000 per day. Are you working 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of your time per day, and the money is coming in? So every time you check your phone when you're at the gym, you see more money and more profits that are coming into your bank account. You see it? See how I got a little bit more clear, Aaron? That's what I want you to do. Hey, Brittany, how are you? Hey, Teresa, how are you? I'm glad you love it. And make sure you tap the follow button, guys, because you need to follow a mentor. And I truly believe that I'm the best millionaire mentor on the planet right now because I do this live and I do this for free and I do it every day. This is the Sunday Mindset message. But I wanted to go a bit longer today because I care about you, because I want you to win. I don't want people to be in poverty and average. You know why? Because people that are poor and average, they're angry people. They're resentful people. They're bitter. And to make life harder, honestly and unfortunately, it's more people that's poor and average than they're rich and wealthy. And I want to be a part of a world that people are excited about their lives, excited about your dreams, excited about your desires. And to do that, I got to make an impact. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here. And I'm doing it at a small level. But as you can see, we have over 77 million people All praises to the Most High. God is the greatest. It is growing. More people are becoming more aware. They're listening. They're conditioning themselves. You are getting better. You're making more money. You're becoming more aware of your emotions and your thoughts. And you're able to stop yourself and understand that you can reframe anything that's taking place in your life. I love it. Here we go, Amanda. I have an ultimately toned body, staying disciplined to my diet cut. I'm halfway finished with my high setter certification, connecting with the multi-million companies I would work alongside with. Okay, I like that. I like that. But I would go a little bit deeper, Amanda. You said tone, ultimately tone, body, staying disciplined to the diet cut. But, I mean, be more graphic. When I say be more graphic, how do you want your stomach to be? I mean, you want a six-pack? You want your butt to be bigger? You want your thighs to be thicker? You got to say this stuff, right? Especially when you're creating a body like me. Like when I say my body is lean, it's flexible, it's toned, it's shredded, you're able to visibly see, I mean, women and men are going to admire me. They're going to be like, wow, look at this guy. Look at his body. Look at his posture. Look at those muscles in his back. Man, look at his legs. They're nice and thick and they're strong. Does it make sense? You got to get graphic because remember, the mind likes pictures. You got to have a picture of what tone and define looks like. Okay? The more vivid the picture, the more likely it would take place in your life. Hey, Kelly, how are you? I love you too, guys. What's the next here? Talk to me. How many of you getting a breakthrough here tonight or this morning here? How many of you are receiving a breakthrough? You should all feel a breakthrough taking place in your life right now. You should realize that it was the story that's holding you back, nothing else. It's the story that you're telling yourself. Create the new story. I'm working with you. Hey, Daffy, right now, I made like more than 30 paper posts with my goal, and I pasted them in all my room, and I'm meditating more each day. Right now, I'm in the journey of developing my mind and inner self. Okay, great. But Daffy, what do you really want? What do you want to happen next week? Okay, I get it. You know, you got your 30 paper posts. You're pasting them all over your room. But let's go a bit deep. Let's go a little bit deeper here. All what you're doing in your room and meditating, what do you want to see? Like, what are you meditating on? What would you like next week to look like? Like tomorrow morning, Monday, what would you like Monday to look like? You know what it will look like, but I want you to tell me what you want it to look like. Okay? Like, do you want to get up at a certain time? What do you want to do? I mean, you want to have a business? Is the business making money? It's your story. It's whatever you want to. You want to dance all day? It's your story, folks. I'm telling you. It's your story. And I want you to get very detailed and clear about it. Hey, Kristen, how are you? Okay? Okay. So listen, I'm going to close by saying this. That changing your life is not as difficult as it seems. The reason why I say that, to change one's life, is not that they need to do more outside of themselves, like physically, right? Some of you say, well, I just need to work more. No. Oh, I need to just meet more millionaires. No. No. What needs to be fixed or what needs to be worked on is the story. And that's in the mind. Which means is you can lay in your bed, you can sit in your chair at home, turn the TV off, turn the phone off, and begin to think about the story that needs to change. And what I did years ago, I just had a journal and I would just write down the new story. Because remember, not only is a new story important, you have to be clear. Okay? You have to write the story in a way of clarity. It can be vague. Your brain does not understand vague messages. Okay? You have to create pictures. The brain, your mind, the subconscious part of your mind loves pictures. So you have to give your mind pictures of what the new story will look like. And if you're able to hold that story in your mind, if you're able to continue to play it over and over again in your mind, the story will become a reality. Any questions for me before I let you go here? If you got value, I want you to comment the word amen. It's Sunday. So if you got value, I want you to comment below amen. If you got some type of value from the Sunday Mind message here today, amen. Comment below, please. Comment amen if you're going to actually apply this in your life. And before you go to bed tonight, you're going to begin to create the new story for your week. And it doesn't mean that it's going to happen the way that you design it. But remember, when a man starts to build the house of his dreams, he must first put the blueprint together, right? The blueprint is necessary. You can't go out there and just start laying bricks, bringing out windows. No. The blueprint. He must design what this home will look like. And that's what you're going to do today. You're going to begin to design what the life should look like. And it may take you some time to create that design, but it's okay. But once the design is done, it's easy to create and build the life that you want. But without the blueprint and without the design, the house would never be done. Any questions for me here? Much love, Nicole. Love you. Love you too, Sylvia. Love you too, Antos. I love all of you. Questions? Any questions for me before I let you go? Remember, this podcast will be available on my podcast. Just go to google.com, Wesley $1 Billion Virgin Podcast. I have all these rants, all these Sunday mindset messages. They're saved for you to listen for free. Why? Because if you want to be successful or happy or better with your life, you got to make it a study. And to make it a study, you have to be listening to certain information. Because we're shaped by the words that we read in books, who we listen to, and the experiences that we have. Okay? And the podcast, which is available for all of you to listen to at any given time, it's available. Just search Wesley $1 Billion Virgin Podcasts on google.com. And I'm on Spotify. It's everywhere. So you can get on, even on your iPhone here. Okay. Any questions before I let you go here? Will, you took classes? Doesn't make any sense. Any questions for me? Wes, what is the most inaccurate and wrong piece of advice you hear rich people giving to poor people? That's a good question. What is the most inaccurate advice? I truly believe that the rich people, some of them, not all of them, they talk too much about the how-to. You know, it's just too much about how to run a business. And listen, that stuff is important. I'm not going to lie. It is important. Like how to run a business, how to structure the business, the operation part of the business, the leadership, customers, getting customers, understanding your numbers. Yeah. But I think they talk about that too much. And I think for me, from my experience, what's most important is the mind part of it, right? It's kind of the metaphysical part of what you're trying to create, like the vision, the thoughts. I think that they spend too much time trying to teach you very practical, mechanistically ways to do it. We just program that way, you know. It's just all, how do I do this? How do I do this? Well, how do I do this? Give me step by step. And that's what I hear very pervasive in, you know, successful people. They don't talk too much about the mindset stuff. And listen, they all believe it. Most of them, I'm telling you. If you ask them, say, well, tell me about your mind. You know, did you have a vision of this business before you created it? They'll tell you, absolutely. So what did you do? Did you say affirmations? Absolutely. Did you meditate? Absolutely. Did you pray? Absolutely. I mean, they all do it, but they don't talk about it a lot. but you should, because it's extremely important. It's the foundation. It's like the foundation to the home that you build. Without the foundation, it never happens for people. And I truly believe if successful people would speak more about some of the things that may sound crazy to people, what they did to manifest, what they did and how they created all these images in their mind and visualize what they wanted, and they would state it and say it, and they would meditate, and they would go through the process of mental rehearsal to make things happen. I truly believe that more people will believe that that's more important than the mechanics. Okay. So much love. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. Thank you for joining here. And listen, if you want access to my course, it is the Genie Script. Oh, I have a question here. How do you protect your vibration? We all can vibe at a low level. How do you get back to a high vibe from low vibes? Easy, Nicole. Stay away from Pookie and Ray Ray. So who is Pookie and Ray Ray? You have to stay away from people who have a low vibration, because only people can vibrate, correct? Another word for vibrate is how you feel. So if you're around a lot of people or people who vibrate low, right, who's always bitching and complaining about their life and always sad and always just telling all these devastating stories, then obviously you're going to vibe that way as well. You're going to have a friend that can text you right now and say, girl, you ain't going to believe what happened. He did this. Oh, really? Oh, my God, I can't believe. He is just full of shit. Don't even. See, now you're dealing with that shit. It wasn't even a part of your reality. But you trying to help people, and this happens to a lot of people, because we want to help people. We want to make a contribution to people's lives. Like, we want to give people advice all the time, right? Something happened to them at their job, with their boyfriend, with their girlfriend. We have the tendency to want to give people advice, right? Everybody's like this. But what you don't realize, now you're a part of that person's low vibration. And you wanting to help causes you to empathize, and now you're bringing your frequency down to them. And I'm here to tell you, you got to protect yourself against that, okay? I'm not saying you have to be a heartless individual, but you have to be very focused and understand what you want for your life. And it takes some time for you to transition into this new person that wants the money, and you want success and happiness and whatever you want. Like, it takes time to groom that person, so you can't have anything adulterating that, okay? You can't have any type of contamination. That's why you have to separate yourself from people who vibrate low, who's always depressed, who's always sad, who's always have a problem. Those people, stay away from these people. They're cancerous. I'm sorry to say that, but they are. They're cancers. And it's better for you to put yourself in a better situation, that if you choose to help these people, then you can. It's like your mom and dad. If your mom and dad is negative people, or your mother and your father don't understand your journey, what you're trying to do, separate from them. Then when you make your money, and then when you hit your success, now you can take care of them. You can give them money, right? Send them on trips around the world, buy them cars, do whatever you want, right? Because now your money is going to put them in a better vibration, right? And unfortunately, most people that vibrate low, they need money. That makes them feel better. But you know, rich people and wealthy people and people that have a wealthy mindset, you know, money is not what is necessary for us to be happy. Money does make us happy, but it's not necessary. For poor and average people, it's necessary for them. So you have to understand that strategically, right? So if you separate from these people for a while, and if you ever want to be friends with them or around them, then you give them money, if that's what you choose to do, because then they're going to be happy, okay? Next question. Any questions for me? How do you identify a high vibration? I mean, high vibration is just a person that's happy, man. Keep it simple. When you vibrate high, it's when you're happy. Think about the last time you was excited. Think of the last time that you was enjoying your life or enjoying some situation in life. That's vibration. Vibration is synonymous to the word feeling. How do you feel? Okay, when you feel good, you're vibrating high. You feel low, you feel sad, you're vibrating low. That's just how simple it is. So think about the last time you were happy and imagine yourself staying there, right? But there's a caveat, because some of you get happy doing drugs. Some of you get happy having a ton of sex. Some of you get happy masturbating. Some of you get happy drinking too much, smoking too much. You know, you're doing things that don't serve you, okay? And don't serve other people. So if you want to vibrate high, you have to learn how to vibrate high without doing things that don't serve you. And you already know what that is, right? We already know what doesn't serve us. Just because it makes you happy doesn't mean it serves you. Does that make sense? Okay. What to do if your significant other is stuck in their ways and won't grow? Easy, Keisha. Leave them. Okay. And I'm very serious about this. I'm not bullshitting here. If you have a significant other, I don't care if it's your wife or your husband, your boo, your side chick, whatever. Listen, if you have anybody in your life that is not supporting your dreams, anybody in your life that's not vibrating on that vibration of positivity, anybody that you can feel is sucking the fucking energy out of you, you leave them. You let them go. You hear me? You let them go immediately. And I know that sounds cruel because you might say, whoa, I've been with them for 5 years. I've been with them for 10 years. Why I have kids with them? It doesn't matter. Your happiness is more important than 5 years. Your happiness is more important than those kids. Okay? Some of you believe that, well, I got to do it for my children. Listen, that's stupid. That's not smart. You should not be in a dysfunctional relationship just because you want to create this family fixture for your children. First of all, your children are not dumb. They know that you're arguing. They know that you're not getting along. They can feel that energy. They can feel that negativity. They can feel it, right? So it's better for you to be apart than to be with each other because you're giving them an example of toxicity in a relationship. People are trying to force themselves to be together. That's the worst. To force yourself to be together because you're doing it for some children? No. I'm telling you this, and I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're dealing with people in your relationship, and everybody knows it, if they don't believe your dream, they don't believe in you, they don't support you, they don't believe what you got, get them out of there. Leave them. It don't matter. Me, I can leave anybody quickly. I don't even care, honestly. I know you think I'm ruthless, huh? I'm ruthless, huh? I am when it comes to my dreams. Shit, I want somebody to support my dreams. I want somebody to say, Wesley, I'm proud of you. Wesley, you're amazing. Wesley, man, you smart. You the greatest. I want to, if I ever choose to have a woman a part of my life, that's the words of it that better come out of her life, out of her mouth. She better say, baby, you're going to kill it. You got this. Only you can do it. You got this. You better than these people. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing other than that. Okay? And if I don't, you got to go immediately. Okay? Pack your bags. You got to get out of here. So, Nikisha, listen, I will say this. Have a conversation with your significant other first. Give him your expectations. Say, hey, if you continue to be negative, if you continue to be cynical about what I'm trying to do, this is not going to work out for me. Okay? I love you, but I love me more. And that's what you got to understand, young people. You got to love yourself more than you love your significant other. You can't be telling people, oh, yeah, I love you more than I love myself. You stupid. That's dumb. You shouldn't love anybody more than you love yourself because it will be reflective in your behavior and in your life. You got to love yourself more than anybody on this planet. You got to love yourself more than you love your children. You got to love yourself more than you love your parents. You got to love yourself more than you love anybody. Why? Because that love is truly unconditional because it's you. Does that make sense? Okay? Questions for me before I let you go here. Any more questions here? Because you have a past with someone, should that be a part of your future? Or because you have what? It doesn't matter what the past is, Nikisha, with a person that is not serving you, that is not believing in your goals. What to do if your significant other is stuck in their way? Yeah, get rid of them, honestly. You have a conversation with them. If they want to remain stuck in their ways, just let them go. Just honestly. And listen, I'm not saying it's easy to let them go. No, duh. It's not easy. But it's still possible. And you got to do what's right for you, right? It's going to be hard. You're going to cry. You're going to be down. But you'll get over that shit. I'm telling you. You'll get over it. 100%. You will get over it if you choose to, right? It's a choice. But you got to do what's right for you. And you got to know what you want. And you got to know how you want to feel in your relationship with the person that you're in a relationship with. And they should not be stuck in their ways. Because unfortunately, this is very pervasive in relationships with men and women. It's usually the men that are stuck in their ways, unfortunately. I'm going to be honest with you. It's usually men that are stuck in their ways. Women want to progress. Listen, let me tell you something about women. I love women. Obviously, I do, right? But women, they want to be progressive. They want to grow. They want more of everything. They out here conquering. Women out here crushing it. You hear me? They killing this shit. They killing the game as an entrepreneur, their careers. They're making things happen. But the man, he's stuck. He's stuck in his ways. Why? He's like, don't be so spontaneous. Well, we can't do that right now. We can't afford. I'll never spend that amount of money on that. That doesn't make sense. Because he's stuck in his ways. He's stuck in the past. And women today, let me tell you something. They want to move forward towards their futures. Man, they want to create the impossibilities. They want to do the things that they've always wanted to do. And they need a man that's alongside of them that's going to support that. And I'm going to tell you something, women. It's a lot of men out here that are stuck in their ways, man. And you deserve more. If you want more, like women, if you want more, you deserve more. Go out and get it. I just say go out and get it. Don't waste time with Pookie and Ray Ray. Stop wasting time with these half-ass men, right? I mean, a lot of you women, you're dealing with a man with bad credit. That's not smart. 40 years old. How do you have bad credit at 40 years old? You're dealing with men that can't even get a house. They can't even get an apartment. You're signing the lease like a dummy. You're dealing with men that don't even have a car. You're dealing with men that have this little mediocre job. He had the same job for 20 years, making $8, $10 an hour here. Right? Start dealing with men like that. Got to level up, women. And I get it. Women want to be in love. Women desperately want to have somebody. And that's why they're fooling with all these half-ass men, all these men that are not where they're supposed to be. But women, let me share some with you before I let you go. You can't make a man. You're not going to make this man better. I know you think you will. No, because a woman cannot make a man. Okay? Cannot. A man must choose to become the man that he's supposed to be. I'm telling you, you will exhaust yourself trying to make this man better. I'm telling you, you will. I've seen it happen many times with women. They're trying, because women tell me all about their relationships. That's just how, I don't know, women always, because women confide in me, right? They tell me all about their relationship, tell me what's going on. And they trying to believe in them. They trying to like, come on. Tell you something, you cannot do that. You would exhaust yourself. That man has to make a decision for himself to do that. You're better off going out and finding a man that's already where you want him to be. Okay? You want to find a man that already have the traits, the attributes, and the habits that you admire. You should want to be with a man that you look up to. You hear me, woman? You want to be with a man that you admire. If you don't admire your man about something that he does, if you don't feel that you're learning something from your man, leave him. That's a waste of time. The sex cannot be that good, I'm telling you. Nicki Minaj said it best. She says, no such thing as rich, or what did he say? She said, broke and handsome. Who cares about the sex? Sex don't pay bills. Sex not buying Chanel purses. Sex, and sex is not traveling around the world. Crazy right now. Got to be smart, right? Deal with a man that's going to bring substance in your life, not because he just makes you feel good. Now, make sure this man is intellectual. Make sure this man can communicate to you. Make sure this man can add some type of value to your life that you feel better about your life. Does that make sense? Women, can I get an amen before I let you go here? Okay? That's my rant for women. And men, you need to grow the fuck up. Let's be honest with you. You need to grow up, honestly. Men, you're like 30 and 40 years old and you still ain't got your shit together. I know many men like this, and it's disappointing. Okay? Because no one's holding you accountable. Women are holding you accountable, so you just have women taking you just as you are, which to me is insane. But I get it. I know why women are doing it. But men, you need to stop. Honestly, come on. You got to grow up. You got to get your shit together. Finances together, right? You got to become a person that's a bit more well-rounded. You got to break out of this box, this old mentality. Just this one young lady said, she's a nurse, so she make a lot of money. She was dating this one guy. And she went to Dubai for the week. And obviously she didn't tell him. She don't have to. And he said, why you just went to Dubai? That's so spontaneous. That's not smart. There's dangers out there. You shouldn't travel by yourself. Women out here acting, they got men out here acting like women, you know? Men are so afraid to take a leap of faith towards their dreams and their goals because they're so scared and afraid. But I think to myself, I say, hey, man, my guy, you're already in a tough situation right now. You're already at your lowest, so why not take a leap of faith? Why not step into the unknown? You know, it's more men. I've been doing it for a long time, mentoring people. You know, it's more men that tell me that they're afraid to jump into the unknown than women. Women don't usually say that. Men? Man, Wes, I'm so scared to get into the unknown. I'm like, what? So you're a woman? You're scared? You're afraid? And I think to myself, what woman wants to be around a man like that? A woman want to be around a powerful motherfucker. You hear me? They want to be around a lion. They want to be around a man that can make decisions. They want to be around a man that's confident. Even if you're a little cocky, it's okay. She might get mad. So what? Woman would choose that man every single time. All right? And sometimes women call those type of men assholes. But she going to choose that asshole every single time. Does it make sense? It is what it is. All right? And that's just the truth. All right, so I'm done here. I'm going to let you guys go. I love you so much. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. Much love, and let's go.